my gosh, you guys, how fun was that intro video? Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Fiend Brandt, and I'm excited to be bringing you the first online recruiting summit with my girl, Holly Woodsgray. Holly and I met probably 4 years ago at a small networking event, and we just hit it off and we started working together. And I'm so excited to be working with her and her team of amazing, savvy business women to bring you this online summit. So what does that mean? That means today that we have 6 women that are going to tell you all about their journey, their story, and their challenges. We're keeping this real about financial freedom, work that has a balance to it, right? Holly's a mom herself, so she knows the importance of finding a career that has a balance, right? You got to have time with your family. We didn't sign up to be entrepreneurs to work 7/24. I know that I didn't. Now, as I said, Holly and I have been working together. I've helped her with LinkedIn. And you guys, the secret, she's my retirement expert. That's right. That's how much I love this woman. I trust her and her company. And let's be real. This year has been a little wonky, right? I mean, we've got a lot going on in the world. And with COVID-19, the good old coronavirus, a lot of you have lost your job or been furloughed, or the industry that you're in is probably not going to come back to what it once was. So if you know someone who has been experiencing fear of finding a new job, or they're pondering, what do I do now? I want you to hit that share button right now, whether you're watching on LinkedIn or Facebook. Hit that share button so that we can spread this message and help as many people as possible, because that's what Holly and her team are all about. They're here to inspire and motivate you and give you encouragement that there are different options. Companies are hiring, but it's important that you find the right company that's a good fit for you. So today, like I said, we've got 6 women. Holly plus her 5 teammates are coming on to share their stories. You definitely want to grab your coffee, your water, a notepad, your laptop, and take some notes, because you're going to want to hear these inspiring stories. Let's bring on our host, Holly, right now. Hey, Holly.
Hey everyone. How you doing? So great to be here. Thank you, Mary, so much. What a great tee up. I love the video. That was so cute. Mary does all my social media.
It's kind of like fun. You got to, for these online summits and stuff, you got to have a little energy, right? Because we're talking to our cameras, right? We're talking to you guys, but we got to bring the energy. So I'm really excited to be working with you and your team. So Holly and her team, we kind of had like a run through last week, and I got to hear some of your team's amazing stories. And you guys, if you're wondering, I'm not quite sure, these women are from a recent college graduate to someone who's on their 4th career. So I want to share that because I think it's important that we're bringing diversity to you, right? It's not just all women in their 40s or 50s and they're, working for appreciation financial. It's really diverse. And that's what I really love. And you guys have such, I don't know, like your energy amongst all you guys as we were like, I got to meet all the ladies last Friday, and I was like, wow, this is a great group of women. And Appreciation Financial, obviously, I believe in it. And if I were looking for another career, I'm like, that might be a great option for me. You never know. You never know. So it's hard being an entrepreneur, right, Holly?
Yeah, it can be. Definitely. There's definitely the ups and downs. There's, with this COVID thing, it's like, okay, everything shut down on March 13th. And I really had to figure out, how am I going to homeschool? I work with teachers, but I am not a teacher. As far as teaching my 7-year-old school, that has been a challenge in itself. So being an entrepreneur during this time has definitely been a challenge, and it's also been a huge opportunity, and I'm so excited we get to share about that today.
I am too. So you guys, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from, what industry you're in, and if you're a job seeker, use that hashtag that I love, hashtag job seeker, and we'll make sure to tag you in some comments here. And also, I was reading something in your bio, Holly, and I think I already knew this, but I want to put this down, that I want to know what everybody's, let's see if I get this right, what your dream is, because Holly's big on dreams. Now, Holly, we're not going to share your dream right now. Okay. We're going to share it at the end, but you guys, what is your dream? And I want you to dream big. Okay. My big dream is to move to the lake next year. That's my big dream. I'm putting it out to the universe. So you guys put out what your big dream is. We want to see that in the comments. And then Holly at the end will share, I am doing some tech stuff over here, you guys, so excuse me.
Yeah, so at the end, I'll share all about what I have coming up. One thing before we get started, I just wanted to point out something about the industry that many people might not know. So in the financial service industry, there's about 20% of the producing agents in the industry are women. And it's interesting because according to Credit Suisse Research Institute in 2018, they did a report, and about 40% of the global wealth is controlled by women. And in the next decade, that's going to increase to 2/3 of the global wealth will be held by women. And interesting enough, when women inherit money, when they're widowed, 70% of them change advisors. And so there's a huge opportunity because most women like working with women. And so, at Appreciation Financial, we've really been able to figure out how to support those women that are retiring. The niche market, which we're going to talk a lot about, is educators. And so about 91% of the people who work in the school district are educators. So I'm really excited to be able to share some of those stats with you, just so you know where we're coming from, because Appreciation Financial isn't one of those companies that doesn't have a lot of women at the top. We have about 45% of our sales force are women, and you're going to get to meet 5 of some of my favorite women, not all of the favorite women at Appreciation Financial, but I have 5 today that I'm going to bring in. And Mary, just let me know if we're ready to get started. I'd love to bring.
I think we are, and I just want to say, I'm so thrilled that this is an all-women panel. Nothing against you men out there, because this could be for you too. But Holly, like she said, and I was reading some of the stats. 70% of women are on school campuses. You've got a women-based team here, and I love that about you. So I'm going to bring up on our screen, and if you want to do, let's see, introduction here. We're going to, someone is trying to get into that.
All right, so I'm not going to steal anyone's thunder. I'm going to let the ladies introduce themselves, but I will say that the first person up is a recent college grad. She's been out of college now for 1 year. She has a double major in economics and in kinesiology. She was a student athlete at William Lake, played hockey for them. And I'm really excited to bring Elena Templeton. She just got married a few months ago on the show, so she can tell you a little bit about herself and a little bit about her journey with Appreciation Financial. Hey, Elena.
Hey, how are you, Holly? It's so good
good
to be here. Oh my gosh. I have a theory that you may have brought me on because I'm energetic, but every single woman in this company has so much energy and it's so infectious. I love working with so many excited people. It keeps me motivated because, like you said, being an entrepreneur, it's hard, but we love to do it. That's why we're here.
That's right. So tell everyone a little bit about how you got started with Appreciation Financial.
Perfect. Yeah. So actually, everybody, my father is a teacher, and my father's agent was actually Holly Woods Gray over to my left here. And she was the most amazing lady. She's obviously so intelligent, knows that to get involved with your clients, you actually have to get in the homes. And she was at my home, and I was in college, and I said, "Hey, Dad, what is this about?" He said, "You should probably sit in." I said, "Okay, good idea. It's probably good for me to practice what the real world will do for my economics degree."
Sure.
And Holly starts telling her story to me a little bit and kind of says, "Are you still catching on this?" I'm like, yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about. I don't really know what she was saying. But she sounded so passionate about her career and so passionate to help teachers. And that's something that's obviously close to me because my father's a teacher. She is also a former student athlete, as you heard from her just now, that I was a student athlete. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I've met this girl once now, and then I met her twice in Cabo San Lucas on a company trip." And I said, "What the heck do you do? How can I get involved?" And she said, "I'll give you the reins. Here, you're going to be with me for the summer that you get out of college." And showed me exactly what it's like to be an Appreciation Financial agent and how amazing it is to be a woman in this business, which was, to me, didn't even sound like it was possible for many women to be successful. And she was a perfect example. And I was on board right away. I said, I am going to do this and I'm going to take it on, and it's going to be my future.
Yeah, so one of the things Elena got to do last year is she got to work with us at our Women of Wealth retreat. And so many of the ladies that are going to be on today, she got a chance to meet. The only one she didn't meet was Brittany, because Brittany wasn't even with Appreciation yet when that happened. But everyone just fell in love with Elena's infectious personality. She just like has this big personality. She's very confident, especially for a young entrepreneur. And so, Elena, tell us a little bit about your training process. You said a little bit. I know you came in as an intern and then you got your license, and then tell us a little bit about how that training process went.
The training process was amazing. Speaking directly about Appreciation's training process, we have an amazing script set up for agents to follow. And script is a word that often seems derogatory because it makes it feel like, how are we actually being personal with these clients? But the scripts are replicatable, and once you learn them, I actually have a trainee now. He was able to learn it in 1 week, and then from there he turned it into his own, like as I did. I turned it into my own, put a little of my flavor into it, and I was able to be on my own. I'd say because it was my first career, I was on my own within 2 to 3 months. And it was really nice working with actually Tracy Beck Houston, who's a speaker today. And she gave me the ability to be confident on every step. She was there to fill in the steps that I wasn't yet comfortable. And it was amazing that I felt by the time that I was on my own within that 2 to 3 month span, I felt like I could take on the world and really be successful in this company.
Great. Thank you so much. So the next question is, so you know our mantras, right? We help a lot of people, we create life-changing wealth, and we get better every day. Yep. So what about that really drives you as far as our mantras go?
What I love about the mantras is that you can, even though they are exactly like you said, help a lot of people create life-changing wealth and get better every day. It's a very broad subject still, and you can turn it into whatever that means to you. We help a lot of people. Yes, we help so many staff members and teachers, and they even ask us, do you only do this? Do you only work with us? We say, no, we are here for all of your family members, all of your friends. And we are honestly, our goal is to make sure you're taken care of. And they really do feel that. And that's a big reason why we get referred to a lot of people beyond our appointments. And creating life-changing wealth really means to me the ability to create and build this incredible business for myself, that by the time that I start having kids, that I can spend a lot of time being there for them and not having to worry about my income, and being very independent in that sense. And getting better every day is something that is so amazing that we have people like Holly and Tracy tell me all the time, how can I help you get better? And who do you know that in which company is your leadership going to text you every single week? How can I help you get better today? And it's amazing. It's infectious. And I do the exact same thing for the people in my life now. How can I help you get better? And it makes such a difference in helping you build and get to those goals that you're trying to make every single day.
That's great. So tell me, so you shared a little bit about your dream. You know, you and Jared are newly married, right? Maybe kids in the far future, maybe not the near future, but like the medium middle future, right? So tell me a little bit more about what your dream is.
Oh, my dream is to be independent from instead of putting your hours in for the money, being there to put it in now and not have to put the hours in later. My dream is to travel. My dream is to be an advocate for any type of activism that I like to be involved in. As we know, there's a lot of different issues, social issues that are going on now that I would love to be a part of those things. And I would love to travel different countries and give back to countries that are not as well off as us in the United States. Like, I love to travel and surf. And when I've gone on surf trips in the past, we would always bring these gifts for the people in those towns, because I would love to do that every single year, multiple times a year. And I would love to give my children the opportunity to do that as well. You know, learning from a history book is amazing, but when you have personal experiences traveling the world, I know that's a very cheesy thing. A lot of people do say they want to travel, but it's so true. I would love that opportunity and to learn from the people from so many different cultures.
So great. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the summit. Just love your attitude and your confident. You're so confident, and it's just been such a pleasure to get to know you even better. I mean, your parents have always talked so highly of you. Your dad, they just were like, so confident with your skills, on the field and in the ocean and all that kind of stuff. And then when we put it all together with Appreciation Financial, I just know that you're one of the rising stars in this company. So thank you so much for being here. And we're going to bring Mary back on, and her and I are going to chat it up a little bit. Mary, you're on mute.
I love her story. I love her story, and that, there's a lot of recent college grads out there right now, Holly, and they're having trouble finding work. I get a lot of requests for, recent grad. And so maybe this is an opportunity for those recent graduates to look at Appreciation Financial. Now, some of the questions are, well, do I have to work in an office? Does your staff work in an office, Holly?
I mean, our agents are in the field. Well, right now, everybody's at home. So everybody's working from home right now. But typically, on a regular day, we're on school campuses. We meet with the teachers on their site, which what's really cool about that is there's about somewhere between 50 and 200 teachers and staff in one building. So when you go there, if you're out meeting with somebody, it's easy to get referrals. It's easy to go meet the teacher right next door. And it's easy to always really serve the schools that we work within.
I love that. And I love that you have that niche. But if someone wanted to come on board, do people have their opportunity to create their own niche?
Oh, well, I mean, what we do is we teach everybody our business model because it's duplicatable. We also have what's called a builder's model. So it's very duplicatable. Of course, once you learn the system, then you could take that and you could plug it into hospitals, or you could plug it into municipalities, or wherever it is that you would want to thrive from. But we do teach everybody when they first come in about the schools.
I love it. I love serving our educational community. So that's amazing. So I think up next is Sherry. Do you want to do Sherry's intro before I bring her on?
Yeah, let's do that. So Sherry Martin, a mother of 3 and a grandmother to 7, with her 8th one on the way. How exciting is that? Sherry joined AF after a long career in medical sales. She spent years building a business for someone else, and now she's here to build her own future and her own retirement. So I can't wait for you guys to hear from Sherry. She's an incredible woman. Her and I have so much fun together. So Sherry, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. She's actually at her beach house. How cool is that? How are you?
Hi, Holly.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So I know I shared a little bit about, how you got here, but why don't you share your story and just let everybody know what brought you to Appreciation Financial?
Sure. Well, like you said, I was in the medical field for almost 32 years, working for orthopedic surgeons and making them a lot of money. And I just kind of started suffering burnout, never got to see my family. I was recently in a second marriage, didn't get to spend time with my husband. And I was talking to one of my son's good friends at the time, Ashley Patterson, and she's a very successful woman in Appreciation Financial. And she said, I think you would love doing what I do. And I said, I'm not good at sales. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm good behind a desk. And she said, your daughter's a teacher. Just think about being around people like your daughter all day. And so, I said, why not? I'll jump in with both feet. I'm ready. So I did a career change at 53 years old.
That's great. And once you got into appreciation, what would you say is your favorite part about being working with the teachers and the people who we serve? What would you say your favorite part is about that?
I mean, I would say for me, it's the relationship building. I'm old school, so I like to work a lot. So I can go on a school campus at 7 o'clock in the morning and bring some teachers coffee, and I can stay there till the end of the day, till 5 o'clock, and go take them somewhere for happy hour. But you get to build relationships, and care about them, and they laugh with you and cry with you and invite you to their home and family gatherings. And so for me, it's about being able to build relationships with a lot of other women.
Absolutely. And so you mentioned earlier that, you weren't good at sales. However, would you say that mostly it doesn't really feel like a sales job, does it to you?
Oh, no, not at all. No, like I just said, it's, really about building a relationship and caring about those people and educating the educators. I had no clue for all my years in medicine, never paid attention to retirement, thought I didn't need it, thought it was not a big deal, and then all of a sudden when I left and started learning that appreciation, it is a big deal and it's so important. And so I'm not selling them anything, I'm just educating them and helping them kind of, see to the future and see what their goals are and what they need to do to get there.
Right on. That's such a great point. I love that. Now, I asked Elena, I'm going to ask you too, how do you really connect with our mantras and our values? Helping a lot of people, you already talked about that, but creating life-changing wealth. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I kind of look at it both ways. I mean, I feel like especially the younger teachers who have the mindset that I had when I was younger, that, I'm retirement's forever away, and I let them know it comes quick, but just helping educate them and helping them see how they can create life-changing wealth for them. So when they're ready to retire, they're making more money than they did while they were teaching. And then for me, because I do like to work, it's nice to know the more that I work, the more that I can get compensated. And so, I'm creating that life-changing wealth for my husband and I so that we can have an awesome retirement.
Yeah, and you guys are working together too, right? Grady's in the business too. That's a great opportunity for you guys to travel together when you qualify for these trips.
Yeah, my husband is in the business, and like you said, I'm at our beach house. I never would have been able to have a beach house had I stayed at the previous job I was at and just made the same old salary day in and day out. So here I can help more people and create life-changing wealth, and now we have a beach house in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, that's great. And well, let's talk a little bit about the legacy you want to leave and your why, like what the dream is. I know we've talked about it before, but just share with everybody like what you see, 5-10 years from now with where you'll be with appreciation, or maybe even just what appreciation has been able to help you accomplish.
Yeah, like you said, I have my 7 grandkids and an 8th on the way. And so I want to be able to have enough financial freedom to be able to travel with them, take them different places, do different things, see different things, so that, when I do pass, they have all these wonderful memories of their Grammy and Grampy. And, maybe get another beach house or a mountain house or just someplace to go build all those memories. So I definitely want to be able to, at this point in the stage of my life, it's about building memories.
Right. That's great. I know that you guys I haven't been to your house yet. However, your backyard looks fabulous. I see you out there with the grandkids swimming, just your pictures on Facebook and everything. I just think it's so great that you guys are able to, work hard, even when school's not in, right? I mean, tell a little bit about how you've been able to pivot during this time where we're not able to be on school campuses.
Yes, we're working virtual. And because of that, and because of having, built relationships over the past 4 years, I'm able to check on my clients from home, do Zoom meetings like this, and then ask them for referrals, like who else do you know that I can help? And so I can stay busy 8 hours a day just doing Zoom calls and building relationships, over the computer. And like you said, have my grandkids over to swim. I've taken up gardening. Who knew, but I've been able to grow some gorgeous plants that I wouldn't have had the time necessarily to do before because I was driving around to a lot of campuses. I miss, being face-to-face, knee to knee with the teachers. However, this has been a great alternative, and you can stay busy all summer if you choose.
Yeah, it's great. Well, you look like you're definitely getting back to your Southern California roots with your nice tan that you have going on. Last question is, what would you say if somebody was looking for a new career? What would you say to them about the Appreciation Financial opportunity?
Oh, it's an amazing opportunity. It gives you financial freedom and time liberty. You can work as much or as little as you choose based on what your goals and your dreams are. We have an amazing training system, Fast Start, where you get 3 days of intense training, just like it says Fast Start, and you're kind of ready to go pound the pavement or now the computer, but you have someone with you, and like Elena said, it's, what can I do to support you today? And our CEO is constantly coming up with new ways to help us, not only help our clients, but create more income opportunities for us as well. And so, we're definitely growing. So if somebody, wants to lock arms with us and look at a new career, it's an amazing opportunity.
Great. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that about the training, because we really have beefed up our training the last couple of years, right? And we've really been able to, I'm going to have Krista on later. She's done a lot to really help us grow our training department, because not only do we have the fast start, but you've been to some of the other classes too, like the Top Gun and the builders, the base shop builders, and all the other classes that they have as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, we never lack for training from any areas of our company. Our leadership is above and beyond.
And as a woman in this business, I mean, you're in medical sales, so you worked with a lot of male in that industry too. As a female in this business, especially with appreciation, how do you feel really supported by our male colleagues?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I mean, and our CEO is a male too. However, some people who have been with the company longer, I mean, they take you under their wing. There's no sexual discrepancy, I guess, is the best way to put it. But yeah, we're all treated as equals, and we have some great women's sisterhood at our company.
Yeah, it's awesome. Our Women's of Appreciation really is just our group that, Amanda Kennedy has formed. She's just really been able to help us get connected and stay connected as a women's group, but also to include the men to support us as well, because we always need those male allies, Well, I really appreciate you taking time out of your vacation, Sherry.
Oh, thank you.
Are you still working while you're out there at the beach house, or are you pretty much taking it easy?
No, I'm doing a couple calls a day. I'm still getting some. I enjoy what I do, and so I don't really look at it as work. And so I'm still doing a few calls and heading to the beach.
Nice. Great. Well, have a great vacation. Thanks again.
Thanks, Holly.
And we'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was interesting. Sign me up for the beach house, you guys. Seriously. I want to give a shout out to Deanna. She'd like to have some more information, so we tagged her in the comments there. She's interested in these opportunities, and I love that everyone has a different story. I think that's what I love about this. I also have to say that I love that there's a sisterhood, if I can. Like, there's something about working with other savvy businesswomen, right? You just kind of feed on each other, you support each other, and instead of beating each other down, which does happen, women tend to, we have this thing where we will put other women down when we should be lifting them all up. There's enough business for all of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love that. These stories are amazing. So next up, we have Brittany. I'm going to bring her on the screen, and you can go ahead and give her a little introduction. And I forgot that she's such a superstar, like literally a superstar, our next guest. So let's bring Brittany up.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Brittany. So I just love Brittany. We've really cultivated our relationship. Well, first of all, her brother brought her on a trip not too long ago. She's probably going to talk about that. So I met her there, but the last few months we've been working together closely. She's an actress. She was watching her brother's success, and she decided to give it her own shot. And I mean, honestly, guys, she's going to outperform him like in a heartbeat, just because she came in running where, not everybody does that. So Brittany, welcome to the summit. Thank you so much for saying yes to me.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your story. I mean, I shared a little bit how you're going to surpass Derek. I know he's out there. He's probably going to comment.
You know what? The great part about that is he would expect nothing less. And that's the kind of support that I have from my brother and my family and you. There was something that you guys talked about a minute ago, and I think that it's important that we stress. The women in this company are crazy supportive. You asking me to be here, you coaching me through. Holly is not necessarily on my team, but she has always been available for me to reach out. You've made sure that I knew that, I had support from you. You've helped me do my numbers. You helped me set goals and achieve them. And because it is a male-dominated business, even my way in is through a man, but I respond better to female coaches. So I've had some amazing coaching from you, Holly, from Jen Johnson, from Mercedes Moore. The list goes on of all the powerful women. Krista Neely, we'll see her in a bit. And the support just goes and bounces around. I've never felt any kind of catty in this industry, you guys welcomed me with open arms and like wanted to see me thrive. And that was really important. So as far as my way in, of course, like you said, I came by way of my brother, Derek Caldwell. Now, he's been with Appreciation since 2014. And B, come on, you need to come do this. And I'm like, DC, I am not a salesperson. I am an actress. Get off of my back. I am an actress. I am a master's degree actress.
How is that going for you?
You know, the thing is like appreciation has changed everything, right? So yeah, I was acting and it was going. I was working. And at the time, that seemed like I made it. I finished grad school. I had a goal to tour for a year. I did it. But I had no idea that I wasn't doing well. It wasn't until I started to really reflect on that time, like, oh, I was really broke. Not only was I really broke, but I was struggling to live what I thought was the dream. And not only that, I was doing shows that I didn't really believe in because I needed to take the contract. I was living in actor housing that was really uncomfortable, but it's what I was dealing with. And it was the goal that I set. The last straw kind of came when I was writing this play called From Colored to Black. I learned about the disparities between Black wealth and white wealth, and I was blown away. And I realized that my brother was in an industry that could help that, but I was ignoring him. I wasn't listening. And at the same time, I was in a show that had a Black character written in it just so they can make Black jokes. And every day I was at rehearsal, I was in the show, I had already signed the contract, I could not leave, nor did I have anywhere to go if I did, and only making $275 a week. It was out of this world. So I said, okay, I'm coming. I'm going to learn this because I'm going to educate the Black community about finances, saving, life insurance. Now, all this time I thought, I'm going to do this to help other people. I had no idea how much I would be helping myself.
That's so great. I just got chills. I mean, it's so true, right? It's like you never know when you're going to have that moment that actually changes your life, right? So that's so amazing. I love your story. Tell me a little bit about those mantras and values that we have and how you can really grab onto those just with your story that you shared.
Oh, so, I came in because I had the full intention of helping a lot of people. So
Right.
That was easy to buy into. Creating life-changing wealth. Like I said, I thought this was all about outside, right? It wasn't until I did go on that 100K trip with you guys that I realized the possibilities that it could have for me. I never saw that, oh, I could have this also, which is so weird, right? And getting better every day. I'd say that, it's in our mantra, but it's a complete subculture within the financial services, right? The company Appreciation Financial is all about getting better and personal development. And because my access to Appreciation Financial, I have created a whole nother life for myself with a personal development company with people who I love and who coach me to be better every day. And I wouldn't have had that. I wouldn't have inherited those people without Appreciation Financial.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Like being an entrepreneur anyway, that's a whole growth thing. And then you go into like something that is completely different than what you're doing, right? At least I had like a background in financial services because I was in the mortgage industry for several years before I made the transition over. But like going from acting to financial services, it's like there's a lot to learn, right? And so you get an opportunity to combine being great with people. That's a natural thing for actors, right? And then helping people.
Absolutely.
Thing.
And you know what? What I realized is it's not so different. I get up, I put on my life insurance costume every day. I say my scripts, I perform, I connect, and I magnetize my audience. Now it's through Zoom. I mean, it really is very similar. It's just how you want to put your focus. It could feel very, very different, or I can relate it to what I know my strengths are, right? And that's what I've done.
That's great. And then talking about those scripts, I mean, that's probably something that you picked up pretty quickly, right? But talk
Absolutely.
about the training a little bit. What's the training been like for you?
Yeah, so like scripts are my thing. So training, and part of the training that we do in our office is Role Play Academy. Obviously, that's one of my favorite parts. I use my training from grad school, and as an actor, I input those things into the scripts to make it fun, right? It was such an easy transition for me because somebody basically told me, here, say this. If you say this, you can do the whole thing. Like I felt so empowered by, creating my first piece of business on my own, because all I had to do was memorize and perform something. It was much simpler than I thought it would be. I had a trainer from the beginning until I was basically set free. And I wasn't set free until I was completely ready. And no matter what, there's always somebody I can reach out to. I mean, I'm 9 months in, but of course I still have questions. There are new things that you run into, but I've always had the support. Somebody is just a text away. And I'm currently training someone now. And it's just, the training is so in depth. I also was able to go to Top Gun Academy, and there I got to learn directly every day from the vice president of sales. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's so much access to the leadership here. The MVP of my team, and Brett Moore, daily, I get to talk to him. I have access. I have access to Don Speeney, Hollywood's Gray. I'm just, there's nobody who I can't say, I need help with something.
Yeah. And they'll be there, right? They'll be there to help you. Everyone. Yeah. So last question is, you started sharing a little bit about your vision, but tell us what your dream is.
Limitless access to the world.
Love it. Very clear. Very clear. Well, Brittany, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show. I call it a show. Thank you so much for being on my show and letting me interview you. I am so excited that you're part of the team, even though we're on the same team. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. What Brittany is saying, like, that's how our culture and our company is. People help each other. It doesn't matter if I ever make a penny off of one thing that Brittany sells. I don't care. I'm here to help her, because I want her to succeed. And I mean, honestly, like, especially because right now in our industry, we need more women. We need more women, and we need more women of color. We need more women that can reach out and help people who haven't had access to some of the things that we provide. So Brittany, thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. Can't wait to see your success and to get you to Ibiza. That's our next trip, is to Ibiza, for those of you who are wondering where we're going next. So I'm gonna bring Mary back on. But thanks so much, and we'll talk soon. I think I'm going to bring Mary back on. Maybe I'm just going to sit here.
No. So, of course, we're having a couple little tech sticky issues. So I'm here. But I really love Brittany's story that she did it. She started with Appreciation Financial to help others, and it ended up helping her. What a wonderful story that is. I just love that. Oh my gosh. So we've got a bunch of comments. I'm trying to manage all the comments there, putting some pro tips in there, but let's keep going. Yeah. So, gotta love tech.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm doing good. We're doing good on this side. I'm not seeing any of the issues, but I know when you put your glasses on that something's happening.
Is that my
giveaway? That's my
giveaway. So
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have my glasses off while I'm talking. But in order to see the time, I have to put my glasses back on so I can actually make it out. So
I know. So I'm going to bring Tracy on, and I'm going to go back over into producer mode, and let's keep rolling with these stories.
Having a great job. It's going smooth from here. So Tracy's up next. Oh my gosh, where do I even start with Tracy Beckhusen? I've known her for like 20 years, and she'll tell a little bit about her story, but she has a great story. And when she first decided to come to Appreciation Financial, she was working a job that she just did not like. And I'm like, well, just come check it out. And she's another one who's like, I don't know if I want a sales job. I'm like, well, just come. It's not really sales. Just come find out about it. Right. So Tracy and I have had a long history, a friendship. I mean, she's like my sister, but Tracy, welcome. Thank you for always saying yes to me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so share a little bit about how you got to Appreciation Financial, because it was really through Facebook, kind of.
You know, it really was. But like Sherry, I came into Appreciation Financial later in life. I was in my late 40s. And prior to that, I had 3 different careers. I always loved school. I was a really good student. I loved it, and I love everything about education. So my first career naturally was as an elementary school teacher. I thought that'll do it. And I got into the arena of teaching and realized I don't really like this. My students love me. Everyone says you're doing a great job, but it didn't feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. And so I jumped to another career, which was human resources. And I really like that too. That's about educating people and helping people. And a few years in, I realized I don't really like this either. It doesn't feel right. And I never knew what the right was or how to find it. I mean, even as a kid, when people say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I never knew. So then I decided I'll go back to teaching. And that was right before the Great Recession. So I was teaching for a year and got laid off. And I thought, I'm just going to stick with this because I'm good at it. And it does give me, summers off. I can spend time with my family. But I got laid off. And so I went to get a local casino because that's what was available. And I thought, this is fine. This is fun. This is exciting. For 6 months, I'll do this. And it turned into 8 years. I was really miserable at the time because I mean, literally working in that kind of environment. I mean, I had to ask permission. Can I go to the restroom? And I just had never had that before. And I really wanted some freedom, and I just did not know how to get it. And so I saw a post, Holly, on your Facebook. I hadn't seen you in a number of years, even though we had known each other for 20. And she just had this simple post that said, who do you know that's good with people and is a good manager and all these things? And I was like, me? I'm all those things. And so I went to a presentation. The CEO is the one who gave the presentation. And I don't remember if Holly remembers this, but I clear as day remember turning to her and just saying, I'm in. What do I need to do? And honestly, if I hadn't been so miserable where I was being an employee, I probably would never have jumped into a career that is completely commission based and based off of your dreams and your desires, because I had always been an employee and I was a little bit scared. But then I realized I have nothing to lose here. And I have a lot to lose if I just stay stuck where I am. So I jumped on board, and now I love it. It has completely changed my life.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Tracy. I mean, I remember you doing that, you saying that, and I remember you being ready to go. So share a little bit about your favorite part. I mean, you kind of did in your story, but share a little bit about your favorite part about what we do.
My favorite part is really with the helping people, both from helping the teachers and our clients. And also I have a team. When I started this, I don't remember which one of the speakers, it might've been Sherry, touched on that we also have a building model of our industry if you choose to do that. And I chose to do that because I know I was always good at teaching and managing people, and I love that part of it. So I love helping teachers because so many of them, and I was like this too, they don't understand their pension, or they think they're going to be okay. Retirement's so far off. But then there's some of them that really think I have to work until I die because I'll never be able to retire. So being able to show someone that, no, we're here to help you because there's things that you don't know that you don't know. But we know those things. So showing them and seeing that light come on, oh, I can retire and spend time with my family or do what I want to do. I love that. And I equally love, I have about 50 people on my team, most of them women. And I love that part of them, of what I do, is meeting with them and also being able to see that light turn on in them also, where they think, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not good at sales, or, they're in some kind of crisis, and helping them through that. Also, one of my dream jobs as a kid was to be a camp counselor. So I feel like I get to touch in on that. And I love that part of what we do.
Right on. Well, you did touch on our mantras, but I would like to talk a little bit about how your team supported you.
Okay.
You might have known that I was going to ask you that question, but I just want to talk a little bit about how you were able to create something that could really help you in a time that you needed it.
Yeah, and I'm happy to talk about that. One thing I do love about Appreciation Financial is that we have the kind of culture where people support each other, and also where it's a safe environment that you can just open up and share what's going on. So I'm really comfortable sharing with that. A few years into the business, like I said, I started off right away building a team. And then in 2017, summer of 2017, my dad had a massive stroke in August. And that just like hit our family hard. My dad was absolutely like the patriarch of our family. And so that just really knocked me off my game. So it was a lot of time in ICU, figuring out what's going to happen. I ended up moving back in with my mom. So because we figured we're going to lose my dad and I don't want to lose my mom at the same time. I moved in with her and said, Mom, I'm here to like be of supportive to you. And a week later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I had to go back to her and say, remember how I said I was going to support you? Well, you're going to get to support me now. And she was all for it, and I'm fine. But it was, that's a scary diagnosis and a scary time. And at the time, I really had been working nonstop since I was 15 years old and had that mentality of I have to work, I have to work, I have to work. And I had a team, and people were telling me, no, you really don't. Like, you can take this time to be about you. You need to heal. And because you have a team that you've been managing, and I do have override commissions off of them, I was able to essentially very minimally work for a good 6 months. I mean, I worked here and there, but I had to go through radiation and all of that stuff. And we still have my dad to deal with. And through all of that, I actually ended up in that time period making more money that year than I did the year before when I was working full time. And it was a complete game changer for me to realize life doesn't have to be hard, because that's what I always thought of with jobs. I have to work. And it doesn't have to be that way if you love what you do, and there is a vehicle to help you and also be able to help other people.
Yeah. So Tracy, again, we go back quite a ways. So, I just really appreciate the fact that I got to help support you during that time. It really did solidify our relationship. I mean, I already knew we had a great relationship before, but just to know that I'm in business with somebody that I can trust so much, that she trusts me so much to not only help her with taking care of her business while she was healing, but also to be that close to her family. It really is a family environment. We talk about it all the time, the AF family, but it really is a family environment. And so last question is, tell us a little bit about what the dream looks like now.
So, I really had a lot of years where I didn't dream because it was just kind of in survival mode. And it kicked off when I heard that presentation by Terry Kennedy, our CEO, when I came on board, was what would my life look like if I had financial and freedom with my time to just do whatever I want to do. I haven't traveled, and I've always wanted to travel. I mean, I've been to Cabo a couple times, but I haven't been to Europe. There's places I want to go. I have a dream of going to all the states in the United States. And more importantly, I'm not a mother. I don't have children. I'm sorry, I might tear up a little bit. But I believe I'm the best aunt in the world. I love my nieces and nephews, and now they are starting to have babies, and they're just like my world. I mean, it's killing me that I can't go see my nephew that was born 4 months ago because of everything that's going on. And I just love them. And my family, we struggled my whole life. And so I want to be that role model to show for my nieces and nephews that there is a different way. that you can have what you want, that you don't have to, like Sherry said, make money for other people. You can make it for yourself and be able to put the focus on what's important to you. So that's my dream, is to be able to spend more quality time with my family and travel and just have freedom.
Awesome. So it sounds like make the memories. That's a really good line that I got from Sherry. You know, just making those memories, spending time with family, and being able to show them a different way. Well, Tracy, thank you so much. Like I said in the beginning, you always say yes to me. I love it. And, I always say yes to you too. So thanks for being on. And I'll probably bring you back on at the end in case there's anything else you want to share with people that you forgot. So, get those thoughts ready, because we have our last speaker coming up. And I'll bring you guys all back on at the end. Well,
that was amazing. So thank you, Tracy, for sharing your story. We have more in common than we realize. I don't have children either, and I feel like I'm the best auntie ever. and hanging out with my nieces and nephews is the best thing ever. And it brings me a lot of joy. So Tracy, I hope that you get to spend a lot of time with your nieces and nephews, and I'm sure you're a great auntie as well. I love all the different stories, Holly. Just so inspiring, and such diverse backgrounds, right? From the age up to like where they're at in their career path, a casino, who would have known that, work at a casino, and a school teacher. She's had a lot of different careers. So for her to say like, this is it, that's amazing. I love it.
So, well, yeah. And next up, we're going back into I don't even know if she might be too young to be a millennial. I don't know if she's a millennial or not.
Well, we'll have to ask her when you bring her online. You know what? Let's bring her on right now. So I've got to stay on for this one. Krista, where do you rate yourself?
I would say I am a millennial, technically, 88. So I believe that makes me millennial, even though in a lot of ways I can't say I relate to some of the stereotypes. I absolutely, Holly and I make jokes all the time about age differences, but really we're tied to the heart together. And that is the best thing about Holly.
Yeah, I don't like those titles either. Whatever generation I'm supposed to be, I'm like, I don't really fit in that. Can I just make up my own?
Seriously, well,
that's why we have WOW. We can all just be the generation of WOW instead, and that's even better.
I totally can. I just put me in the generation of WOW, women of wealth. I like that one. I can relate to that. Well, I'm going to let you share your story with the audience here and inspire other women to see if this is the right journey for them.
Yes, and Krista, before we get started, I just want to wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know you're starting to get up there in age, so
I know it's soon I'll need glasses. Oh, outside my contact.
Yeah, you probably have some years.
Yeah,
some years. Yes, yes. So why don't you share with everyone, besides, reaching the top level, the first female at the top level at Appreciation Financial before the age of 30 and having a family to boot, talk about superwoman. This is definitely, you guys are getting to hear from Krista. She is the brightest shining light that I know. She's got the most positive attitude. And whenever I need a pep talk, I call Krista. So Krista, share with us your secret sauce.
Oh, thank you, Holly. So I would say secret sauce, you guys, the answer is pretty easy, which is you have to be grateful in order to be happy. You can't be hateful and grateful at the same time. And so the secret sauce, like Holly talks about, of reaching the top ranks and having a big team and, being a good mom, because you want to have life outside of your company and outside of your business as an entrepreneur. And in order to do that, you have to have immense gratitude. You have to have a depth of that really hits your soul. And when you feel that way, it makes giving easier. It makes serving and helping easier. It makes learning and being your best and trying to get better every day easier. If it's all rooted in gratitude for what you already have and who you already are and what you already have accomplished. And so I think that's a big secret that every successful person can connect something back to having gratitude.
Absolutely. So tell us how you got here, because you were a teacher.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I actually started and as somebody else said earlier, as a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? And I said a 7th grade English teacher in 3rd grade. And I don't really know how I picked that, but that was just always what I knew I wanted. I studied education. I loved education. I volunteered. I was in the classroom at all levels, all ages, because my heart was in helping people learn. And seeing those light bulbs go off were the moments that I really craved and enjoyed. And so for me, I love teaching. And I love public education. I do really have a heart for that. But when I graduated college and I was working my dream job, I was living in a great place, and something kept calling me back home to California. And I didn't want to be so far away anymore. And I was introduced to this company, Appreciation Financial. And so at a time when the economy is going down and teachers are getting pink slipped, I just thought, sure, this sounds great. I'll try this and then get back into the education and get back into the classroom field, in the future. Well, I also had a part of me that knew I was a hard worker and I liked to do a little bit more than what was expected, and I wanted to be compensated for that. And when you work in the classroom, you could work the extra hours, you can come in early, and that salary still remains the same. So for me, once I surpassed what I could have ever made as a teacher, and then surpassed what I could have even ever made as a principal or superintendent or any real position in education, I realized that this was absolutely the place for me. It was the freedom that absolutely kept me here and inspired me to stay. And it was the opportunity that captivated my attention initially and had me say, let me look into this a little bit more. Can I hear a little bit more about this? So if you're feeling that right now, you've heard stories of people traveling and having dreams and having teams and being supported by wonderful, wonderful women. If you're feeling that right now, I would encourage you to look at this a little bit more. Follow that voice that you're hearing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen a lot of changes, right? Krista and I started in the business just about the same time. I think I started in July. Wait, what month? 2011. What month did you start?
November,
yeah. So we started right about the same time. I had another business that I was wrapping up, and she had some stuff that she was wrapping up. But we've been just together for our whole journey, and we have seen a lot of changes in the company. But what I really love is the mantras that we have now. So tell me a little bit about how you connect with those.
So I would probably say one of the biggest I connect to now is life-changing wealth. Because helping people is natural for me. It's very natural for me to be thoughtful. People tell about me, all the time. And that's the education piece of helping people makes sense for how I feel naturally. Getting better every day. I met this company because of a personal development seminar. So to see our CEO, our top leaders, our number one best producers all engage in a lot of personal development, something that I did on my own, was very intriguing. But now coming into this company, I love what Brittany said earlier about seeing how life-changing wealth is actually for me too, right? And when I think about the lives that we change through the services we provide, it is so much more than just financial services. It's giving a husband the opportunity for the last 4 years to take out money from a policy that he set up with me and another agent 7 years ago, because now she was in terminal condition, and they use that money to go live their dreams and have vacations with their kids for the very last time and have her last days comfortable before she passed. And we were able to not only deliver that peace of mind to them during that time frame, but then also deliver that death claim after she did pass away earlier this year. That's huge. That's life-changing when you have a family and kids and grandkids that are affected by this. And life-changing wealth for me includes so much more than just finances. It's freedom of time. It's the wealth of knowledge, of feeling you can get better every day. It's the wealth of knowing that you have something, if heaven forbid you had an accident, if there was something bad that could happen to you, you don't have that fear of the future. There is peace. There's hope. And for me, that's something that I've been able to exercise in my family through our products. And it has made a massive, massive difference.
Yeah. And so again, another thing that has developed over the years is our training system. And you've been a big part of that. I mean, I remember when we had our first training manual, we took pieces from you and Gerardo and myself, and you really were the catalyst to make sure we got some great training materials. And I think that comes with your teacher background, of course. But tell us a little bit about, what your vision is for the training and how you see that going forward, and then how you really work with your agents and really get them trained up to be successful.
I would say the first place we have to train is in your mindset. Most people are asking themselves a very important question in any career, in any job. The question is very simple. They ask it every day, and they probably ask it all the time of themselves internally, and maybe only to you externally a few times. But it is resounding in their head every single day. And that's the question of, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do what I see you doing? Can I be who I see you being? Can I do the task at hand, do it with excellence, do it with confidence, and do it in a way that I can provide for my family? And so for many entrepreneurs or many people who are looking for a career change, I think the most important way for you to answer that question is to start shifting that belief and shifting that question in your head to, this is why I can do this. This is why the talent I bring, this, what I'm doing right here, talking to people, being personable, being organized, the fact that I'm, great at finances, or I'm poised with my words, or I'm funny and outgoing, whatever your talent is, bring that to the table and instead say, this is why I can do this gift I have right here. And I believe that's a great place to start with our training. We have a lot of people who work on mindset first, which I love, including our CEO, Terry Kennedy. We have, like Holly mentioned, really amazing trainings that we host for agents that continue throughout the year, even though we're going online and virtual now. And it's also something that continues to develop as you do. So we'll start from the basics and get you progressing to a point where you can learn and develop stronger leadership skills, better sales skills, better technology talents, better ability to connect with others and get referrals. So those are all skills we work on with you. So don't feel like you have to come to the party with all of those talents already mastered. It's okay if they're not. We're prepared for you. We have training manuals, we have training courses, we have role plays, we have trained leaders who are actually coming down to really pull that next person up. And that's what I love to do. That is what our company is dedicated to doing. The people who have achieved want to create the next achiever. And so our question is just simply, could that be you? If you're looking to be that next achiever, we're looking for you.
Yeah, and that's really why I wanted to do this online summit, was because it's like, I have a lot of people on my team and they're doing great. Some are doing great. Some, maybe this isn't the right thing for them and they'll figure that out for themselves. But I really wanted to do something where we had a place for women to share with other women. And I know we have some guys on here too. We're always going to need our male allies. Krista and I are both in business with our husbands, so they're our biggest supporters, But at the same time, we really want women to see that this is such a great career for somebody who's a mom. And, I'm a mom, Krista's a mom. And so we have been able to really grow our family with our business. And so that's been an awesome opportunity for me to watch you and you to watch me and us to partner together with that. We have some uniqueness that not many people have. We both have raised kids that we've gone through the guardianship process. So tell us a little bit about your dream. Like, what's the next dream for you?
I would say one of my biggest dreams right now is to help impact the world. And I know that may sound big, and yet in so many ways it sounds small, because there's a lot of ways you can make an impact. And so my goal and what my vision is for myself, I have goals set in different categories of my life of how I want to give, where I want to travel to, how I would like to raise my family. And most importantly, it's that I want to be the impact in this world that is good. I want to leave that mark that inspires, not the one that hurts or causes pain and tension. And so for me, when I'm looking at who is coming onto our team, or who I'm serving and helping today, or who my clients are that are trusting me with their life savings and their future dreams, I want to make sure that the impact I'm making on all of those experiences is going to be one that will inspire and be positive. I really do believe in helping people rise. I have no interest of holding people down at the bottom or making people feel less than. And one of the things I love about Appreciation Financial when I came in is that I saw immediately where I could serve. I saw immediately a need I could fill. And so, and I'm not saying that because our company has holes or has gaps, but it's because there's room for growth. So my hope would be that our next wave of remarkable women and outstanding men who just magnify as these amazing leaders in financial services, my hope for them is that I can show them where they too can fill in. and how they too can serve, and that this company is large enough to fit their dreams and their hopes and their talents, their goals, and all the good things that they can bring to the table. Appreciation Financial has really done that for me. Holly mentioned I'm a mom, and that was definitely when I started at 23. I was single, not married, no kids, totally different lifestyle than where I am now. And Appreciation Financial has been a support and has carried me through and has been absolutely the most perfect business for me as I built my dream life, which was my family. As we moved across country and traveled the world and got married in Fiji and had a 3-month-long honeymoon. I don't know where else you can do that. That was a huge dream of mine. I had the wonderful ability to fulfill because of Appreciation Financial, because of who we serve, the money we can make, the time I can take. And it's something that continues to push me to do more and be more today.
Oh, that's so great. Well, thank you, Krista. Thanks for joining us on your birthday.
Yes.
I'm happy that you decided to come out and share with all of us. Do you have any big plans?
We no, not tonight. We had a family crisis we're taking care of today.
All right. We're back on and we're going to wrap up the summit, but thanks for being here.
Wow, that was another amazing story. She started when she was 23. So what I'm hearing from all these stories is this opportunity is right for anyone with the right mindset. I love what she said. I actually took some notes, like bring your uniqueness to the table. Whatever you think is holding you back, turn that into that positive that can actually help you be successful. And it does really all start in the mindset. So I love this. So Holly, I think before we bring all the women back on, first off, Krista, I want to let you know that I'm checking Facebook and people are like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So make sure that you guys go back and check the comments on Facebook or LinkedIn because there's some birthday messages. There's some people that love Tracy. Tracy's like everyone's sister. She's so warm and loving and loves to see others get better. So there's some great comments out there. But Holly, before we bring your team back on, I think we need to dive a little deeper into your story and how you got started. Because it's every story is unique. And I think some people will really relate to your story. So I know that you've been with the company, is it 9 years?
9 years. Yeah.
9 years. And you two were raising your nephew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I started with Appreciation in July of 2011. And my husband and I had been married since 2007 at the time. We had struggled to have kids, and so we were raising our nephew. We decided that we were going to bring our nephew in to live with us in October of 2011. And at that same time is when I really decided that Appreciation Financial was the business for me. I had gotten my license in July, and I was doing a program that they had back then where I could help introduce them to people and I could make some money. But when I really looked at what my family life was going to be like and that I really needed something that was going to help propel us forward, it was just something that I really thought that Appreciation was the next place for me. It took me a while to get going. I had a volleyball club at the time, and so I was closing that down and I was making some changes. And then of course I had Adrian, who was 11 at the time, and he came to live with us because of some family reasons. And so it took us a while to adjust, I mean, I didn't get him when he was a baby. I got him when he was 11. So and
I think that's important. Like you can come on to Appreciation Financial and you can kind of write your own terms. Yeah. Full-time, part-time, I think that's important that it's flexible. Yeah. Especially in today's world, the job seekers that I work with, right? Flexibility. I want flexibility. I don't want to be chained to a desk, and it doesn't mean that you're not a workaholic. I just think that people want kind of a more flexible lifestyle to work around kids or grandparents or parents. We need to get back to the root where we can help our family, and Appreciation Financial might just be that path that you can take where you can actually be building a career for yourself, why you can help your family on the side, and you don't have to worry about calling in sick to a boss, right? Like, oh my gosh, I got to take a sick day. I got to take my mom to the doctor. They're going to chalk that up. HR is going to give me a red flag. That's the third one this month, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's been great for us. And then when I did have, after we finished the guardianship, I did get pregnant and have my own little miracle child. So I was 43 when I had him. So, you know, as all the other women have mentioned, the flexibility, being able to create your own schedule, the clientele we work with, the teachers, they're just amazing. I mean, to know that we're giving back to people who give so much to others and really able to support them, it's been really, really a great fit for me.
I love that. I love that. Well, I'm going to bring all the other women back on so you guys can, you know, any other questions, any last thoughts, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll put some slides up, but you guys hold on.
Great. There's Tracy, Krista. Hi, ladies. Oh, it's so fabulous. Thank you guys all for being here. So does anybody have any last thoughts? Elaine, we'll start with just a last thought.
My last thought is, I love what Krista said. Listen to what your brain is telling you and follow your dreams, because appreciation can make those dreams happen for you. I thought that was so powerful because it's exactly what I'm here doing. It's exactly what you ladies are doing. And all you got to do is follow that voice and literally reach out to any of us, anybody, and we are there for you on the spot. And we are there going to be on your goals, on your dreams. So proud of what you're going to accomplish. And I'm so thankful and happy for you ladies and giving me that ability as well. And I'm so excited to be a part of Appreciation.
Awesome. Sherry, how about you?
I'm very, very appreciative to be a part of Appreciation as well. And I would just say, if you're looking for something new, full or part-time, and you care about other people, then why not jump in and take a look?
Nice. And Brittany?
I would definitely say that it's an opportunity that is for everyone. You know, my career path it feels and looks as opposite as can be, but I'm able to implement both. I've taken off 2 months while I've been working, still paid off $20,000 in debt, and I can be more discerning about the kind of work I want to do. And I'm actually getting more work as an actor now that I value than before.
That's great. It's awesome. Tracy?
Well, after hearing everybody, I'm really excited and I want to work here. And that's one of the things I do love about Appreciation Financial is really the growth aspect of it, because Holly and I, we met because we worked for a personal growth seminar company, and I've had a lot of classes and I've learned way more in the 5 years that I've been here than I have my whole life about changing your mindset, being outwardly focused, learning about abundance, and just really being able to see the possibility to go after what you want. So this is an opportunity for everyone, like Brittany said.
Great. Thank you. And the birthday girl?
Treat every day like it's your birthday, right? Everybody should have dessert every day, ladies. That's my advice. I have my cake waiting downstairs. No, I would just, the biggest piece I could encourage anyone who's watching this, whether you're watching now live or you're watching on the replay at a later time, is that remember your worth. Remember the value that you bring to the party, because when you are solid on that, when you see the talents that you have and you understand how valuable your time on this planet is, you will find the right people, the right company, the right space, the right energy to help you magnify it. And each one of these women has shared in their own way how they found that spot here at Appreciation Financial, that it magnified the other aspects of their life, of traveling and dreams and acting and passions and family and children. And it's something that you can have too. And maybe you can buy a beach house next door to Sherry, which would be amazing. Just saying. So find that connection and that depth of your worth. And I promise you will be able to find any way you can thrive. And where we know we can best thrive for all 6 of us here is at Appreciation Financial. We invite you to join us. We encourage you to continue your journey to figure out your worth, build your wealth, become that woman or man who is really magnifying in all areas of their life. And we would love to have you join us and do that here at Appreciation.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for being a part of the first Women of Wealth Online Summit. There's going to be more to come. We'll talk about that later, but have a great, great afternoon and a happy birthday. Bye, ladies. All right, Mary. So
I love it.
Information for people.
Yeah, let's see how well our tech stuff's gonna work.
This is our first one, so any grace out there you can give us, that would be great, people. I will share real quick while we're getting that figured out. I will share that, you know, one thing that I'm really passionate about is equality for women. And I'm on the board for Women in Insurance and Financial Services. And it's interesting because I sit in these board meetings and I hear people's stories, and I just don't have that same experience being at Appreciation Financial that some other women have had at different companies that they're with. Now, don't get me wrong, I have experienced that type of behavior in other companies, but not at Appreciation Financial as far as some of the stories that I hear. So if you are in financial services and you're looking for a different place that could provide you with some support from women, this is definitely an opportunity for you. And so I'm just waiting to see if I'm going to see the slide. Overviews. One of them is today at 3 o'clock, and you can see the slide that's up there. You can go ahead and take a picture of that slide. It has the Zoom login, or you can.
I'm going to put that slide up right now.
Okay.
But the mic isn't working. So you guys, I'm going to put 2 slides up. And you know what, Holly? Let's drop those slides in the comments on Facebook and LinkedIn afterwards as well. So I'm going to put those slides up, everyone.
Okay.
Snap a photo of it. Give me
Set up a time to talk about it. You can always reach me at www.callwithholly, and you can see that my name is spelled a little different, Hawley. That's www.callwithholly.com, and any button you click on there, you can set up a 30-minute meeting with me to see if it's something that is a right fit for you. So Mary, come back in and let's wrap it up.
Okay, let me go back this way. You guys, that was so much fun. I love being part of, you know, this is what do they call it? The first one, the inaugural recruiting summit, and getting the message out there about Appreciation Financial. But it's not just about Appreciation Financial. It's about finding the right fit for you and looking at new opportunities that you might not have thought of before. Because you might be going, oh, it's sales, yuck, right? I'm not a salesperson, but hey, do you like talking to people? Do you want to help people? Do you like teachers, education? If you say yes, yes, and yes, then maybe this is the right opportunity for you. So Holly, we're going to put those slides up in the comments after the summit. And you've got quite a few comments over on Facebook as well. So we'll want to go back over there. And you guys, if you're watching the replay, type in #replay and go ahead and type in your questions or comments, because Holly and her team are going to monitor the replay for the next few days here and answer any questions you might have and send you information. So just book a call with Holly. I'm going to put that, hold on, Holly. I'm going to put that
And then I just want to say thank you, Mary. I also want to give out a shout out to my assistant, Sarah. She worked really hard to help us get everything done. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mary, for everything that you did. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending our first event. And we will have information on our next one coming up soon.
Yeah, stay tuned, folks. Okay, ciao.
Bye.